I'm an aircrew member in the Air Force, and I just got back from a tour in Afghanistan. A knife's got to be more than cool. It's got to be able to hold up to what you need it for.
What is up, guys? This is Ben from Blade HQ. I'm here with my friend and neighbor Jamie. He's going to be testing the Microtech Ultratech for us today. Let's get to it.
Sweet.
All right.
I don't get a chance to use it unless I'm in a situation where the plane crashes, so I wanted to bring it out here and see how it would hold up for those kind of tests. First thing I would probably need it for is getting out of a seatbelt, just in case. So I chose a blade that's got the serrations on it. Here's a seatbelt test. Not going to be a problem getting out. Just having one hand operation is probably pretty helpful. I think a lot of knives will do that. But just, you know, one motion like that, getting the knife in and out. If I'm injured or something like that, being able to activate this knife with one hand is going to come in pretty handy probably. As far as breaking glass and windows, if I need to get out of some kind of a situation, this knife's got a glass breaker on the end. I don't have an aircraft window to test on. We've got a mason jar, I guess. I made it look so easy on the video. Oh, it cracked there. So we can pound that baby. Put it in a different spot here. Good. Didn't get my hand. Look at the end there. It's kind of dented up a little bit. So it'll get you out. And once I'm out, I need to survive. And so, you know, there's an outdoor practical application. So it's just got to be an all-around good knife that can do just about anything. If I was in a situation where, you know, who knows where a plane's gonna crash, I gotta be ready for it. Luck favors the prepared. I think with an automatic knife, just from the mechanism, you're gonna have just a little bit of wiggle back and forth. But as far as, you know, it locking in place, that's not going anywhere. I did get this blade specifically with a flat edge on the back, so if I needed it to, I could do some pounding on it. And it seems to be doing okay. It's a labor of love. I don't need to survive today. The blade did a pretty decent job of chopping through this. As far as the play, I don't feel any more play on here than was there before. I think that just comes to do with the mechanisms of the knife. I just want to see how the blades hold up. We know we've done some chopping and cutting and stuff with it, and see if it still held its edge. What we used as a baseline was that seatbelt, so I guess we'll try that again. Using the serrated edge, I don't think that it's going to lose its edge quite as much. If I just used the edge itself, it's going to take a little bit more work. But it's still going to get the job done. The only problems I've had with this blade was that, well, the screws on it are kind of a proprietary design. This one looks like it's come loose. It's a little bit more raised than the others. Now, when I was in Afghanistan, this happened and I didn't have any kind of a tool to fix it. So I fashioned one. Just made it out of a pencil and some push pins. The other problem I had was that the blade jammed up. Only came about halfway up and then it jammed. I couldn't get it in or out. And so I had to disassemble the knife. So that tool that I made worked for that, and it came in handy. Since then I haven't had any issues with the blade jamming. It's been in and out without any problems. Ben hooked me up with the actual Microtech tool. Kind of a lot. If you got a pencil and push pins, you might settle for it, but I think that this is probably going to help you get the screws tighter. So I'll tighten that back up and check these other ones. This has got a hex head on the back, so you can put it in any kind of a driver tool that you've got. I can't blame this on the knife necessarily, because like I said, I took it apart and used a makeshift tool to put it back together. But all these screws could use a little tightening, so I don't know why they don't go with just regular screws, but if some people are worried that a knife's going to engage in their pocket because it's coming straight out and stab them in the leg, first of all, the action on it is pretty stiff, so you've got to actually want to put this blade out. It's not going to accidentally. It stops about there, and then you've got to really give it some oomph. But even if it does go off in your pocket, the cool thing about this is that it'll pop out, but it's not going to go very far. I mean, there's not even a nick in the tree. After that, the blade is just free flowing in here, and then you just pull it all the way out to re-engage it, and you're good to go again. In any kind of situation where you really had to jam this into something, you want to know that it's going to and not give out on you. So we'll give this a shot. Now, two things that I liked about that: one is that the blade didn't give out, and two, my hands didn't slip. Like I said, these grooves on the knife actually give it a lot more grip than you would expect. Do it like you mean it. Do it against a vampire's heart. Boom. I guess we didn't look at it before, but not too shabby. The coating on the blade I haven't used too extensively. On the knife itself, if you can see on the screws, they used to be all black and the tips have all kind of worn. Where I've put it in my flight suit in the back, or oh, maybe not. But this glass breaker used to be all black, and it's all a lot of the finish is rubbed off of that. I'm not too concerned with it because it's not a real reflective surface. So if I'm in a situation where I don't want to be glinting, it's still not going to be an issue. But so let's see how this holds up feathering. Not the greatest. Like I said, this knife wasn't incredibly sharp when I brought it out. But you're going to be able to feather something and get a fire going. After testing it out here, I'd probably fly with it as an exclusive tool. It gets the job done, and you know, it cuts things and chops things, and it holds up. It's reliable, which is really what I need more than anything else.
All right, guys, thank you, Jamie, for coming out and testing this knife with us. If there's any knives that you want to see in the future, be sure to let us know. We'll probably do this, I don't know, once a month, every now and then. I like to get out, I like to go film with people, get away from the desk, that sort of thing. So it was fun to see Jamie in this environment. Originally the plan was to have him film in Afghanistan, but you know what? It just didn't work out as far as security and that sort of thing. So we just had him film here, and we appreciate you doing it, Jamie.
No problem.
Thanks, man.